Alright, so video number 2. So I'm going to teach you guys how to make a Asian lantern. So here's a couple of different ways, but this is the way that I'm going to show you. So you're going to have your rice paper. This is a very, very, very large rice paper that I chose. What you're going to do is you're going to take one end, you're going to fold it in half, make sure that it is landscape. So landscape means horizontal. So horizontal means it goes from left to right and it's longer. So you're going to grab one end and you're going to fold it directly in half. Just fold, fold, fold. You can use a pencil to help you straighten up those edges, or you can use a bone folder if you have a bone folder, but if not, that's okay. Once you fold it in half, you're going to take it back out, so you should have just one line in the middle. Once you have one line in the middle, you're going to take one end, put it towards the middle slit that you have, and you'll grab the other end and put it to the seam, and you're going to make folds right where it is creased. So where it curves, you fold it and fold it. So you should have 3 lines in your paper. Now your paper does not have to be this big. I just did it this big because I have a huge paper pad right there specifically for rice paper. Rice paper is very soft, and if you want a very illuminating lantern by using only a battery powered light, please do not use a real flame. That is the paper that would probably work really good for you. So my suggestion is to go ahead and grab a handy dandy glue stick. So let me pull this out and we can get started on what you do next. All right, I have my glue stick ready, and what you are going to do is you're going to, on the edge, make sure you put glue on the edge of your paper. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll come right back. So I added glue to the edge of the paper, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to connect them. So make sure that you have your page just like this, and you're going to fold it, and let me do that real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little dent and fold it, and I'll show you what the fold looks like in a. So on the edge over here, you're just going to make a very tiny fold on the other side of where your glue is, and then you're going to put it together like a flap. So I'm going to put it together and show you. So where the flap was that we folded, we're going to stick the glue to that flap, so that way it creates a square. So you can kind of see the glue. So all we did was we folded it up into a square, so it made a full square. So now you have your big lantern, and you make sure that your final design on your lantern looks pretty good. It can be in any way that you like. So if you want to do cherry blossoms, you can do cherry blossoms. If you want to do pandas, you can do pandas, but whatever you have. So you should somehow have made a box. I'm so sorry again that I couldn't show you physically how to put it together, but basically you stand it up, make sure that you have the little tiny folded part on this square folded, and then you put glue on the other end, so they're opposite ends of each other, and you add the glue side specifically to that little tiny flap that you made to make a square. And now to the next step. You're going to get your cardboard pieces, try to get them as close as possible. Mine is there's one that's a little bit bigger than the other, so the one that's bigger is going to be the one at the bottom compared to the one at the top. So what you're going to do is you're going to kind of take your rice paper, and you're going to try to figure out how you want it. So I'm just going to place mine to try to put it along here, just to kind of place it, and then I'm going to add it to the top just to try to give a little bit of a place and make sure that everything is aligned. Once I find that I think it's going to be aligned, you are going to glue these pieces together. I would suggest maybe a hot glue gun, or if you have a cold glue gun, that would probably work the best. But since I do not, I'm going to use my handy dandy Gorilla Glue because it's strong and durable, and this should be able to stay placed for a pretty good long time, for 24 hours. And so once you have those together, hopefully your final design is already done on your rice paper. you just put that together and you add a string on the top. I would suggest, painting the cardboard pieces first, so that way you are able to, glue it on without any issues, or not try to ruin your final design on your rice paper, because that would not be so good. So we want to make sure that our paint job is done ahead of time. So like I said, make sure you add a really good structured glue to the bottom. I wouldn't glue the top first. If you're going to, I would specifically too, if you're using hot glue, make sure that it is structured and it is set on your base before you add the top on. So that way it is evened out. Once you have that done, like I said, I would suggest some sort of wire, but on the bottom of your cardboard, once you have it painted, add some of your string or ribbon to the bottom, loop it and put the other side and glue the other side to the other part of the bottom, so that way it has a place to hang, just like our little hanging wall scrolls over here. So that would be how you put together your Chinese lantern. If you have any questions, please let me know. I am so sorry that I'm not able to give better instruction. My document camera is not connected to any type of stream site, so I'm not able to do any form. Oh, I'm right there. Hi. But I'm not able to do any form of streaming to have you guys show without it not being hands free. So I have to use my other hand, so that it makes things a little bit more difficult. But that is basically how you guys are able to construct your Chinese lantern. And like I said, in class, if we have any questions, feel free to let me know.